Women form the illusion of existential truths. This is what is known as reality. The truth is, reality exists on an infinite expanse of permutations. Come explore another reality. The year is 2024. Mike Myers at his home in Parkhurst, Illinois, thinking about Winona Ryder. The movie Beetlejuice at the Pickwick Theaters. In Parkhurst, Illinois, was truly impressed with it. He knows that his predestined and preordained lover is Winona Ryder, and he must find a way to fulfill his destiny. Suddenly, an idea comes to him. If he could travel back to the year 1984, he can contact Winona Ryder on an esoteric level. He's walking around Park Ridge on a sunny day in June when he sees something quite extraordinary. There's a flickering and pulsating multicolored essence right before him on the sidewalk on Cedar Avenue. Should he walk into it? He decides to walk into it. When he does so, he finds himself on the same street, but in the year 1984. Now that he is in the year 1984, he has a plan to contact Winona Ryder on an esoteric level. If he's hired as a projectionist at the Pickwick Theater, he knows a way to contact her through film. He goes to the Pickwick Theater and is interviewed by a woman named Claire. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Claire. Oh, hi, Claire. I'm looking to be hired as a new projectionist. You're hired. I'm hired? That was easy. I know a good projectionist when I see one. Don't worry, Claire. I won't disappoint you. I'm sure you won't. Let me show you the projection booth. Claire brings Mike to the projection booth. Wow, this is cool. A projection booth is one of those neat places in life. It's a place where an individual can find solitude while at the same time presenting an audience with a movie. It's just you, a roll of film. It may or may not contain cinematic gold. A room where you can find solace and let your mind wander, and an eager audience waiting in anticipation for what they hope is going to be a cinematic experience that they will remember for the rest of their lives. You see all of that? All I see is a room desperately in need of modernization. When do I start? Right now. Great. Claire leaves the room. There's a box full of film reels on the floor. One of the films is Casablanca. Mike puts the film on the roll and decides to play it. On the screen. In exact tandem with Mike's playing of the film in the Pickwick Theater, Winona Ryder is in her backyard in Petaluma, California. With her family, watching the film in her backyard with her family on a sheet that they projected on a sheet that they set up as a screen. What she sees is Mike Meyer in the projection booth in the Pickwick Theater. What Mike sees on the screen in the Pickwick Theater is Winona Ryder in her backyard in Petaluma, California. This is a chance for Mike to fulfill his destiny. He must now find a way to enter the film. He shuts off the movie and leaves. He had a wonderful evening. Meanwhile, Winona Ryder and her family have been observing Mike in the projection booth instead of Casablanca. So Winona Ryder and her family, what they thought they were going to be seeing was the movie Casablanca. in our backyard, but it was actually me in the projection booth at the Pickwick Theater in Parkridge, Illinois. So it's kind of a Did you watch that reel before, Michael? So Michael Horowitz, that's Winona Ryder's dad, and her mother is Cynthia Horowitz. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I swear it was the film Casablanca. I watched it too. It was Casablanca. Why don't you put it on again? Sure. Michael puts a film on again, and sure enough, the film that they are watching is Casablanca. Wow, just as I thought. The movie we were watching is Casablanca. Maybe it is synchronicity. Synchronicity? Yes, synchronicity. A synchronous event is one that happens in the fulfillment of some future need. Future need? What future need? I don't know yet. Maybe this future need is something that can only be fulfilled by whoever that guy was in the projection booth in the Pickwick Theater. That's very insightful, Winona. You've been reading about synchronicity. I'm aware of synchronicity and its applications to the world. I'm glad to see that our raising you as a free-spirited, free-thinking, free-associating, and free-interacting person has resulted in the development of a young lady with the capacity to not only engage in fully rational scientific inquiry and discourse, but also the ability to see higher order realities that are beyond the rationalization. That requires acutely developed peripheral senses to see and know of. That's exactly it. Now we just need to figure out who that guy is and where he is from. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Do you have any ideas on how to figure out who he was? Who he is? If he appears on the reel again, we can start with clues about the room he is in. What's up, John? Thanks for joining me. This is a science fiction type of program that I write. It's called Another Reality. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Let's just enjoy the rest of the evening. Sure, they had a wonderful evening. Oh, California. Oh, you're from California? I'm from here in Illinois. Nice to meet you. Um, yeah, this is a science fiction program that I write. It's called Another Reality. And in this particular episode that I wrote, oh, thanks. Thanks. I'm happy to hear that. In this particular, if you want me to explain the concept behind this episode of Another Reality, what I wrote for this one was that I've been trying to meet Winona Ryder for years, and within this fictional context, I came up with a plot. Well, let me give you some background just to start out with, some backstory to this. I recently saw, 2 weeks ago, I saw the movie Beetlejuice for the first time, and then I saw it 2 consecutive Mondays in a row. I saw the movie Beetlejuice at the Pickwick Theater in Parkridge, Illinois. So I came up with this really kind of surreal type of esoteric idea. I thought that if, let's say I was a film projectionist at the Pickwick Theater in Parkridge, Illinois. Let's say I was like, okay, let's just say I'm up in the projection booth in the Pickwick Theater, and I'm And this is in the year 1984. But first of all, okay, wait a minute. What happens? Oh, I have to actually let me correct that. Actually, it starts out with me finding like a portal or some kind of like tear in the time space continuum, some kind of like warping of time and space, vis-a-vis like a tear in the time space continuum, whereby I'm able to access 1984 in Park Ridge, Illinois, and become like the film projectionist in the film projection booth in the Pickwick Theater in Park Ridge, Illinois. So, in so doing, actually showing the movie Casablanca, which is like a movie from I believe like the 30s or 40s, Casablanca, starring Humphrey Bogart. But I'm showing the movie, but when I start showing the movie, what happens is that it's not the movie that I'm seeing. What I'm seeing is I'm glimpsing a view into Winona Ryder's backyard in Petaluma, California in 1984. Because I actually read where Winona Ryder, when she was a kid, she was raised in a commune in Petaluma, California with her parents, Michael and Cynthia Horowitz. And they used to watch movies in the backyard on a film projector in the backyard. And since they couldn't afford like a screen to show these movies on, they set up a bed sheet in the backyard where we need a time flux capacitor. So they set up a back sheet. They set up a bed sheet in the backyard of their Petaluma home in Petaluma, California, and they used to show like old movies, like movies by people like you're 30 minutes from Petaluma, California. Really? That's the town where Winona Ryder grew up in. I read about this like in her some of her biographies and stuff like that. But yeah, I read that she's from Petaluma, California. She went to the. Did you ever hear of the a school called ACT, the American Conservatory Theater? That's where she went, and she studied acting there, and then she went on to become one of the world's biggest movie stars of all time. But yeah, she's from Petaluma, California. But like as part of the backstory to my this particular episode of Another Reality, it's supposed to be you can pet a dog and you can pet a dog, but you can't pet a Luma. Is this some kind of like inside joke for Petalumans? Anyways, getting back to my point. Um, so Winona Ryder, her and her family used to watch films on a bed sheet in her backyard in Petaluma, California. So the idea that I had, in order to meet Winona Ryder, I would have to travel back in time to the year 1984, and so I found like some kind of like yeah, my dad said it's that he's from Long Island. Oh, cool. But anyways, so like if I'm able to travel back in time to the year 1984 to Petaluma, California. No, no, wait a minute. 1984 to Pickwick, the Pickwick Theater in Park Ridge, Illinois, circa 1984, and I was able to get a job as a film projectionist in the projection booth in the Pickwick Theater. But actually, that all kind of happened through serendipity. But I guess the plot line that I was developing was that like I stumble upon like, a tear in the time space continuum in Parkridge, Illinois, and it takes me back to 1984 in Parkridge, Illinois, and then I get a job as a film projectionist at the at the at the projection in that so as at the Pickwick Theater in Parkridge, Illinois. So when I got this job as a projectionist in the projection booth in Pickwick Theater, I'm about to put on I put on the in the box of film reels on the floor there. I pick up the film Casablanca and I'm showing it, and what I think is going to be the movie Casablanca ends up being, all I'm seeing on the screen is Winona Ryder and her family in their backyard in Petaluma, California, in the year 1984, watching movies. They used to watch like old they used to watch some of the old classics in the black and white era, such as movies by like people like I think she cited as like one of her favorite actors growing up. She used to like Audrey Hepburn was one of her favorite actresses from that era. But then she also cited somebody named. It'll come to me, anyways. Um, so they're watching like all these old movies in their backyard in Petaluma, California, and but in tandem with that, I'm in Park Ridge, Illinois, in the movie projection theater, in the projection booth in the Pickwick Theater, and I'm actually what I think is Casablanca is actually on the screen. What I'm seeing is Winona Ryder and her family watching old movies. What they're actually seeing on the screen is me watching is me in the projection booth. So it's kind of like a feedback type of scenario wherein what I'm seeing is them in the backyard in Petaluma, California. They're seeing is me in the film projection booth in the Pickwick Theater in Park Ridge, Illinois. So it's almost kind of like two like um, it's like action at a distance. It's two like inextricably bound um, people and places interacting with each other. And so once I discover this and once I see this, I I see that if I can actually enter into pass through that barrier and enter into the what I'm seeing on the screen, then I can meet Winona Ryder. So that's kind of like what I've written so far for that episode of Another Reality. But actually, now that I've got a listener, maybe I should go to my because I've written other stories for Another Reality. I'll go to another one that I wrote. If you give me a second. I'm just looking through my notebooks for the other episode. Um, oh, thanks. That's really I'm really flattered by the comment. I'm looking through my notebooks to find like another episode of Another Reality. I have all kinds of stuff written in these notebooks, so I'm trying to find another episode of Another Reality. Okay. Here, I found another episode. So that's pretty cool that you live near 30 miles from Petaluma, California. If you ever meet anybody related to Winona Ryder there, tell her to stop by Park Ridge. Okay. Jim, an architectural modern house architect. Jim, an architect for Modern House Architectural Firm in Sacramento, California. So that's why I write a lot of scripts that are based in California because Winona Ryder is from California, anyways. is a 50-year-old man who lives in a beautiful house in Sacramento built in 1737 with his wife Sheila. Unbeknownst to Sheila, Jim is having an affair with a woman named Yolanda. He's sitting at his desk on a rainy afternoon in July of 2007 when he gets a call from Yolanda. Hello? Hi, Yolanda. How are you? What? Yes, Yolanda. Our date is set for 9 p.m. Saturday night. What? I'm going to take you bowling and then to In-N-Out Burger. What? What's the name of the bowling alley? The name of the bowling alley is Samantha's Luxury Lanes. Excuse me, Yolanda, I'm getting another call. Hello? Hi, Sheila. What? I told you have to work on Saturday. What? Oh, come on, Sheila. You know I would never cheat on you. Like I said before, the Hyperspace Lounge in Seattle needs a team of architects working around the clock to work on the weatherproofing for the windows for the upcoming winter. What? I'll probably be home very late on Saturday. Probably not until the wee hours of Sunday. What? I know. We'll take a vacation after I'm done with this project. Bye, Sheila. Hello, Yolanda. I'm back. Okay, I'll pick you up on Saturday night just before 9 o'clock in my Chevy truck. Saturday Night arrives and Jim and Yolanda go to Samantha's Luxury Lanes for some beer and bowling. Yolanda is bowling strike after strike while Jim keeps delivering one ball after another into the gutter. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with my bowling tonight, Yolanda. There's a perfectly good explanation, Jim. Yeah, and what would that be, Yolanda? You suck at bowling. Thanks, Yolanda. All of a sudden, who appears before Jim and Yolanda in the bowling alley but Jim's wife, Sheila? She enters a door on the far end. Hey, look, Jim, isn't that your wife, Sheila? Oh, dear. That is Sheila. What am I going to do? Just run out to your car and drive back to your office. Hopefully she'll never find out. I'm sorry this worked out this way, Yolanda. I never anticipated this situation. Call me this week, Jim. We'll set up another date. Okay, Yolanda. I really like you. I really want our affair to succeed, Yolanda. Jim leaves the bowling alley and goes back to his office. Yolanda stays there to finish the game that they have already paid for. Jim's wife, Sheila, sees Yolanda and starts talking to her, asking her if she would like to bowl a few games with her. Oh, thanks, John. I'm glad you appreciated that. Yeah, I actually wrote this script it was like 4 or 5 years ago. Okay. I can't believe how much stuff I wrote when I looked through these notebooks. Okay. It's nice to meet you, Sheila. It's also nice to meet you, Yolanda. So, Yolanda, what do you do? I'm a manager for a goth rock band. How cool, I love goth rock. I'm wearing my Susie and the Banshees shirt tonight. Oh, they're one of my favorite goth bands. I saw them at the Staples Center at their Hyena tour in 1984. Hyena. That was a great album. Hyena, yeah, Hyena, I love that. Did anyone ever tell you that you have beautiful eyes, Sheila? Thanks, Yolanda. That's very flattering. They're just gorgeous. They have all the shimmering beauty of an immortal landscape of enchanted dreaming, wherein the consummation of mortal love ordains a person with eternal carnal and spiritual pleasure. I don't think I have ever seen that eyes that blue before, Sheila. That's so sweet, Yolanda. Say, Sheila, would you like to go out sometime? I've never gotten involved in a lesbianic affair before, Yolanda, but with you, definitely. Okay, that'll be terrific. I'll see you soon. Bye. Jim is at his office when he gets a call. Hello? What? You're not going? You're not going to be home tonight, Sheila? Okay, bye. I'll see you. Jim decides to go to the movies in Sacramento, a place called the what does it say? Carlton Movie Palace? Okay. He's sitting there watching a Western when to his surprise, he sees his wife in there with Yolanda. With Yolanda? What the fuck? You're here with a woman, Sheila? Yeah, Jim, this is Yolanda. I know her, Sheila. I was on a date with her this evening. Yeah, now I'm on a date with her. Are you going to divorce me, Sheila? So you can date this gorgeous bisexual woman? That's correct, Jim. What do I get instead of instead of you, a real human being? You get to have a relationship with a blow-up doll. Thanks. Bye. I'll see you. So, anyways, so in other words, that story is basically to kind of like summarize the story. It's like Jim was actually the woman. Okay, he's married to Sheila. Jim, being married to Sheila, has an affair with Yolanda. And when Jim is gone, Sheila meets Yolanda, and they fall in love with each other. So I thought it was kind of a really interesting kind of like love triangle, kind of a interesting idea to actually have the woman that Jim is cheating on with has an affair with his wife. And at first, his wife is like really upset by the affair, but then his wife and the woman he's having an affair with develop a relationship. So I thought that was. I hope nobody else ever came up with that idea because I like that idea, but it'll probably get stolen by somebody now. Anyways, thanks for. I actually have to go. I haven't eaten dinner yet, so I'm going to sign off for now. But I hope you join me. Thanks for the comments and thanks for the. And thanks for being a good subscriber to my YouTube channel. And I hope you join me for all my future live streams. Yeah, I wrote this. Yeah, I wrote this about 5-6 years ago. I've got all these notebooks filled with stories and songs that I've written. So I've got a lot of material to work with, that's for sure. So, but yeah, it's really cool to meet somebody that lives near Petaluma, California, because from what I've read, that's where Winona Ryder grew up. Oh yeah, it's just yeah. So, anyways, so I hope you join me on my next live stream, which will probably be like maybe next Thursday night. But next Wednesday morning, I would like to do a music stream. So thanks for joining me, and I hope you join me next time. Thanks. Bye. I'll see you. Thanks. Thanks for you. I really appreciate that comment. I hope to have more success. I'm trying to monetize YouTube. It hasn't proven to be very easy, but I hope we watch a whole bunch of my videos, including the both the music videos and the performance videos I would with, like dialogue performances and stuff like that. But I really appreciate all the comments, and I hope you tell your friends about me, and so they can tune into my YouTube channel. And thanks for joining me. Bye. I'll see you.